this channel is to share with you valuable information that I wish I had when I first started my own construction business. Today, we're gonna talk about a huge advantage that would have saved me years if I had known about it sooner. First off, we need to zoom out and take a look at your business. We need to build an accurate assessment of your entire business, and we need to be honest about it. After having a couple up and down years where I went to 12 million and fell back to 8, was trying to figure out solutions. And one of those solutions was hiring a mentor. And the first thing my mentor had me do was zoom out. I was so into the business, I'm in the weeds of the business, I had to zoom out so I could look at the business from a full perspective. And it's kind of like looking at an elephant. If you're right up close to the elephant and you're looking at the elephant's leg, you don't really see the whole elephant. So what does an honest assessment look like? Well, where are the places you're adding the most value and where are the places you aren't adding the most value? What are the current customers that you're working with? What does your team look like? Are you trying to do too much of this stuff yourself? You have to ask yourself all of the important questions. For example, in my business, McKinsey Construction, we're a general contractor that specifically does work for the federal government. As I zoomed out and took an assessment of what do we do really well? Why does the government like working with McKinsey? Because we over communicate. I realized this on our first project. We were doing a renovation for a fish and wildlife service center down in Sanibel Island, Florida. When we were putting together this project, the scope of work didn't really address the government's real concerns, and that was making sure that they had a mechanical system that could modulate up and down depending on the quantity of people they had going into the facility. For example, they'd have 500 people in there for an event, and then the next day they'd have 2 people in there because there wasn't a lot of things going on. What did we do? We went back to our engineers and we got a solution that would solve their problem. Now our proposal and our solution was literally 5 times more expensive than what they initially had proposed as in a budget for the project. And because we were able to chunk this thing down, provide the information and the documentation that the government needed to be able to substantiate this price, they were able to eventually say, yes, we want to move forward with you guys and proceed with the project. Most contractors, they can do the work, but they can't do the communication, and then that's what we are good at. Once we found out what we were good at, now we could double down on that and say, all right, let's do this all across the world. Let's find the people that are awesome at what they do in the field and they're great with their hands and pair them with us, and we'll be awesome at communicating with the government. Once you've discovered what your superpower is, you can now expand on it, you can develop it further so that you can start landing projects with clients that you enjoy working with. Rather than taking any job with any client, remember that confusion will always find failure. So get super clear about who you want to work with and the job sizes that you want to go after so that you can actually have the real impact that you're looking for in the marketplace. And remember, you won't find any superpowers in your organization if number 1, you're not looking for them, and number 2, you're not doing quality work in the marketplace, operating with speed into the marketplace, over communicating, doing quality craftsmanship. These are all the cornerstones of being successful in the construction industry. All right, this was a huge tip that I wish I knew early on in business. Let me know in the comments below a lesson that you've learned in the construction business. If you got any value from this, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to get videos just like this one. Let's roll.